I'm Sara Southey from the Southey Way, not just a personal trainer, and this is a 10-minute whistle-stop tour to help you thrive, body, mind, and soul. So, here we go. Hold your horses, get ready. It's interactive. So, Danielle requested funny, can't guarantee it, but if you've got the same sense of humour as me, then we're in for a good time. Here we are. Who even am I? I thought it was quite important. We do have some people here that don't know me. So a little snapshot. I'm a survivor of teenagers. I've got an 18 and a 20-year-old. I love teenagers. I have multiple spaniels, of which this one is my favourite. This is Bonnie, my baby. Well, she's not the baby. There's baby. I love a challenge, not quite as much as Fiona does today. And I'm not volunteering to be quiet. I am a brewery widow, so the shed of strength that I'm stood in right now is in my back garden. In my front garden, there is a brewery. So my husband runs it, and when he's not working in London, that's where he is. So most people are golf widows. I'm a brewery widow. I am a master thriver. I've been through quite a lot of shit, and it did make me wonder whether I'm the right person for the job, if I'm honest, a couple of years ago. But I realised that actually I'm the perfect person for the job because I can relate to all the shit you're going through, right? Nobody wants a little 20-something that hasn't lived life to help solve their problems. It's a little bit like asking a baby to make your breakfast for you. And I'm an adult. Sometimes I think adulting is severely overrated, and I don't think we should do it unless we have to, because life is for living and having fun. And if you're not having fun, then you're not living. So my job is to help people thrive by living life and enjoying it rather than staying in their comfort zone. So just like these starfish are not the same, so too are individuals. We're all individuals. And that is why there is no cookie cutter approach to your health and well-being. Everybody is different. There are different exercises that suit different people. There are different nutrition plans to suit different people. That is why working with somebody to support you one-on-one is absolutely essential. So, and I do love a starfish. I'll tell you the story one day. We haven't got time. So, quiz time. What is the film that this quote is from?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite books. The meaning of life. I think everybody should have a purpose. And I think, well, it took me until the age of 42 to find my purpose. So I think never give up. If you don't feel like you're driven and that you're living your best life, don't give up, because it might be just around the corner. But you've got to look for it, right? You've got to not stay in your comfort zone. So I just want to ask you what your purpose is. What is the meaning to your life? And what makes you glow inside? Because I think that is the key to happiness, is if you have that internal glow and you get up every day and there is something that is going to make you glow, then it's a wonderful thing. I get quite emotional about it because not everybody has it, but it's the most special thing. Bee-dee-boo. Right, name the film.
Wayne's World.
Bill and Ted's.
It's Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
We are not worthy. I'm always doing this. This is like, I love a little bit of a celebration. And I really do think that we should recognise our value. So what is your value? What do you bring each day that brings joy to either yourself or to people in your life? What does your typical day look like? Where's the joy? And how do you value yourself? So we all know that voice in our heads, that critic that just goes on and on and on. And honest to goodness, we listen to it far too much. There is somebody deep inside you, in your soul, that is your biggest cheerleader. And you want to really listen to that person. So when you hear your mental chatter that says, oh, this old thing, when somebody gives you a compliment, or I'm not good enough, just stop for a minute and listen to that internal voice that's deep down within you. Because truly, I'm sure if you listen hard enough, you'll hear that voice saying, yes, you are. And it's our biggest cheerleader. We just don't listen enough to it. Right, this is the cryptic film. How important are you? Anybody know this film? This is from a song in a film. All right, it's Monty Python, The Meaning of Life. And I don't know if any of you have seen it. This is totally up my street.
40 years ago.
Well, I am 50, for goodness sake. This is a symbol, really, this picture, because we all think we're like these tiny little beings in this grand landscape, you know, in just our world, let alone our universe. You know, we're not even a tiny little pinprick in this picture. But actually, I want you to think that you're that big black hole in the middle. You are the center of your universe and everybody that comes into contact with you. So everything that you do to support you has ripple effects out into your universe. So being selfish and looking after yourself is not selfish. You are the center of so many people's universe, and every action you take has a reaction rippling out. So I want you to think next time when you say, I haven't got time to, yes, you should have time. You should make time, because if you haven't got time to do 10 minutes of self-care, you should be doing 30, because you cannot help everybody else if you are being sucked into the big black hole. Get it? Good. Excellent. Right. So enough of the films. This is the main star of the show today. So I want you to have a look at this pyramid. This isn't a comprehensive, this is the key areas of helping people thrive, okay? And the foundation of helping people thrive is, well, bar breathing, because that's kind of key, is sleep. So if you are worrying about not getting enough superfood, or not doing enough HIIT training, or I haven't been out, and you're only sleeping 4 hours a night, then your priorities need to change. Your key thing is sleep. If you only do one thing, it's sleep more. Oh yes, Julie Genny, sleep more on that lovely new bed. Then you've got your emotional and mental health. They are separate things, but they're both really vitally important. So I wanted to put them on the same line. I didn't want to put one above the other. Physical health is different to the 1-2 up of exercise, okay? Physical health is things like how much do you move in a day? How good is your mobility? How can you reach for the top shelf? I had one client who couldn't reach for the stuff off the top shelf, not because she wasn't able, well, she wasn't able to, she wasn't even aware she couldn't reach for stuff off the top shelf until I started working with her, and all of a sudden she just got something down. She didn't realize she didn't have that mobility. So being aware of our own physicality and the stuff that we can do to help it is much more important than the exercise. Because if you think about it, we could go to the gym or we could do a home exercise workout. That's pretty much max an hour out of our 24 hours. But if you're sat at a desk for the other hours of the day, seizing up, then that is not good for you. Nutrition, Hayley, she's here. If you want a nutritionist that you need to talk to, go talk to Hayley. She's fabulous. It's really important to feed our bodies, minds and souls. It's all connected, our gut health, our brain health. You can't avoid it. So if you're feeling a little run down and you've sorted your sleep and you're feeling strong mentally and emotionally, chances are it's gonna be your nutrition. Exercise is important. There's 3 areas of exercise that everybody should concentrate on. the mobility aspect, the strength aspect, and obviously the cardiovascular health. Our hearts are a muscle, we should train them. There's something for everyone. You've just got to find your thing. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. It's miserable, and that's not what life's about, remember? And then we've got right at the top of the pyramid, the other. That is things, once you've got everything else sorted, you can start worrying about, like superfoods, like supplements, like all those extra things. Generally speaking, in this section, right at the top, is where you find all the marketing. All the things, the instant shakes, the get a six-pack in 6 weeks, that's all in this other. And I would really encourage you to look at yourself. So on the right-hand side, it says score yourself in each of these areas. 10 is tippity top. 1 is absolutely dreadful. 0 is you're dead, right? Do it now, and then do it again in a month and see where you're standing, because it will change, because life is not fixed. And I would encourage you, and I'm coming to a close, to choose right now, after you've done your 1 to 10 on those areas, the one thing, the one baby step. These feet are just too cute not to share. The one thing that you can do now that will move you to thriving, get you on that journey. It's not an instant thing. It is little tiny baby steps that we do that get us to where we want to go. And it's enjoying the journey, not the end point. Because quite often people look at the end point, get there, like, I'm going to run a marathon. That'd be epic. And they get there, they run the marathon. That's awesome. They feel great. The next day, what do I do now? And they get this big crash. So I would encourage you, whatever you decide, to enjoy the journey and be specific. People love this one. Be specific, be realistic. So don't go for, I'm going to lose 5 stone. Go for, in the next week, I'm going to lose this, or in the next week, I'm going to go for 3 walks, or in the next week, I'm just going to get outside for 5 minutes each day. Make it small so that it's achievable, and then you can build on it. I don't know how I'm doing for time, Sarah.
You're fine.
Thick. I've never been on time ever. Right. This is how I do it, how I help people. So just have a little read. I'm not going to go on about it, but for each and every individual that I work with, they are special. I don't take on just anybody. I take on special people who are really keen to live their best life. And I help, support, guide, encourage, get the stick and the carrot. You can only imagine. It's fun. It's challenging, but it's your journey. And if you want to talk more about it, there is a link in the chat. Book a chat with me. It's free, 30 minutes. See how I can help you, or just have a little pick my brains. If you've got something you're worrying about, just book in and have a chat. I love talking. Can you tell? Fiona, happy to talk today, but only today. All right. So what now? What is this?
Wrap.
It's a wrap.
Boom.
So commit to your action. Know what support you're going to get to achieve that action. Take the action one step at a time. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.